And welcome back, and if you saw it for the split second it was there, yes. We're gonna go look for Ogren's old flame.
Yes.
Yes.
To Lake Calenhad we go. What a bad time to be caught. Because I know all three of those guys have a lot of leveling up to do. Or at least Wynn does. Holy crap, game, don't freak out on me too badly now.
Darkspawn approach.
Oh, Darkspawn ambush.
On it. As you wish. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Stay still. Let's make this quick, shall we? On it. Right. Trap! 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 Look at this mess. I love it. A lot of blood.
Take all. Human corpse. Take all.
As you wish.
Seems to be running on a little on the slow side. Game, what's wrong? Speak to me.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I meant to go for the elf route. And there's another one over here I saw. I'm gonna loot this Sherlock.
This should be easy enough. On it.
Alright, off we go. Oh. That was a very bizarre facial expression.
I fell.
Obviously. No, really, you're very observant.
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
Thought what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Alright, off we go.
Why not?
Pardon?
Oh, I'd give you a roll. Why not?
Oh, jeez.
Roll?
Aye, any Anytime. Preferably in the dark.
I suppose I should be flattered.
No.
I'm not sure I have the equipment for that, but sure, whatever gets you working.
Oh, jeez. No shame, none at all. I'm sure back in the day she was quite the looker, but right now, a little on the old side. Don't mind me, I appreciate an older woman every now and again, but you gotta draw the line somewhere.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it?
She's not a chinlock, you can handle her on your own.
You haven't met her, I take it.
How dangerous can she be?
We parted company under less than friendly terms.
What do you mean by that?
She threw me out of her house and tossed all my clothes into a lava vent. Threatened to take a pair of smithing tongs to...
Ugh.
Well, you get the idea.
Yep.
She always was cute when she was angry.
Some women can be. Alright. Let me talk to her first. She might be married now.
I hadn't thought of that. Find out how much she misses old Ogren or who I have to kill, and then I'll go sweep her off her feet. That's me, Mr. Charm.
Oh yes, Cupid's progeny indeed. Ugh, jeez. I thought I was hopeless. No, come back!
What can I get for you? And don't say mead. We ran out of that a week ago. And don't say rum, either. Ran out the day before yesterday. And don't say brandy.
Jesus, what do you have? Well, the liquor shortages.
Have you seen how desperate people are now?
Sure.
They just want to drink to forget what's happened. Some ran out of coin and started paying in food, chickens, whatever they had.
Felsi, I need tables clean, girl.
I've got a customer.
Your name's Felsi?
Aye, who wants to know?
You don't happen to know a fellow named Ogren, do you?
Ugh, did you have to bring his name up? I just ate.
So you're not exactly a fan of his, then?
You could say that. You could also say I would rather kiss a deep stalker on the lips than see him again.
What happened between you two? Well, he's a changed man.
Oh? What's he changed into, then? A horned toad?
Elsie, what in Andraste's name are you doing? The tables, girl!
All right! I've got to get back to work.
You're gonna freeze in the process. Whoa. Hold on, let me save. What the hell? Wow. It's a void in here. Excuse me, sir, do you realize that your cupboard over there leads to absolutely nothing? Like, I think you've got a portal into, like, some dark, evil dimension. Very scary. Very scary indeed.
I got work to do.
Well, what does she say?
Waste.
Go get her.
Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right.
All right, it's your life.
Sure you're not a baker? Because you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
look what the nug dragged in. I should have known you were in the neighborhood by the stench. What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
The man took on, yep, just watch.
Well, someone's gotta do it, you know? Can't leave a blight to the humans. They'll just muck it all up.
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Yeah, well, What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor then.
Sure they do. You've had a good look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty then.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto.
Can't waste time here. The Queen's waiting for us.
Oh, the Queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi. But I better go.
Don't let the door hit you in the arse on the way out. Actually, who am I kidding? Go ahead and let it. Indulge yourself.
That didn't go so well.
Just take that duster out of here. I don't want
That could have gone better.
You could try again.
Why bother? Once this blight thing's taken care of, the ladies will be all over me like flies on a corpse. Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go?
Let's go.
Aye. All right then.
Well, I didn't go exactly as I had planned to do, but oh well. Ogren's got a point there. It's quite clear that Felsi's think Ogren is a nasty rat. Looks like that bridge is burned. Oh well, you win some, you lose some.
What are you looking at? Can a man drink in
Water
peace?
down ale, damp beds, rickety stools, water haven.
Welcome back to the spoiled princess. How may I... go...
Take that from you. Alright, and that's all I want. I'm probably gonna need to restart this game because it looks like it's active. Oh, hello, dead drop. Yeah, this game is definitely acting up again. Yes, continue, damn it. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. So see you all in a short minute. Alright, let's hope this game decides to behave itself and not have, like, you know, portals to some bizarre dimension. Huh, what are you doing?
Rest the souls of all, Templar and Mage, who gave their lives defending the Circle. May they find peace at last.
Ah, what a good Templar.
So, you and Branka were really married?
Tell you what, boy. You ever been married?
Of course not. I was raised in the Chantry.
Think the hardest stone you can find. Marriage is for suckers.
So, no pitter-patter of little Ogren feet running around the home cave, I take it?
All I ever got out of that moss liquor was a headache, a deaf ear, a scratched up back, and that rash it took 3 different ointments to get rid of.
Wow. She gave up on you, did she? And here you are, a keeper, too.
What happened, Alistair? When did you come up with witty lines? He just gained a little bit of respect from me.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
But you're standing right there.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
Then you were never completely dead, then.
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
And we will make the best of that time.
Yes, that we will.
So, Wynn was originally Wynn the Grey. Now she's Wynn the White. Come back to us at the turn of a tide. Turn of the tide, not of a tide. Oh, Zevran!
What say you?
Personal questions.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
I want you to leave.
What say you?
Questions.
By all means. Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
Mm-hmm. You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Sounds fine.
What say you?
Can you teach me to be an assassin?
I suppose the Crows are already furious, yes? What harm is another tweak to their nose? If you wish to be trained in the basics of an assassin, I can certainly show you. Or anyone else who is also a rogue. It shall be fun. I will make it fun. I promise.
Oh, Fenris! Never mind. I thought he has conversations with Zevran and whatnot, but apparently he doesn't. Yes. Alright, so we will actually be journeying to the Dalish now, and I will be taking a different assortment of people. I will be taking Zevran,
Yes.
I will be taking Oghren, and Morrigan.
Indeed.
Actually, yeah. With Wynn, her storyline actually happens over there, but that will be dealt with at a later point in time. Alright, to the Brazilian outskirts we go. And in the Brazilian forest, you do have unlimited elf root, so I'm going to be making a shitload of elf root, or shitload of health poultices.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Actually, I've been looking for the Dalish.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
I'm a Grey Warden. I wish to speak to your leader.
A Grey Warden? How do I know you're telling the truth?
Many people go about pretending to be Grey Wardens, do they?
No, that's true. Perhaps I shall let the Keeper decide for himself. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Now, the reason why they're hostile towards us is because humans have been pretty fucking hostile towards them. I don't blame them at all for acting the way they do.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zephyrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
My name is Luca. Pleasure to meet you.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not. I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Ugh. Looks like they've seen better days.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us.
Werewolves?
They ambushed us. And though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
I will find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Alright, I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Underanitation, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zaprian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
You just asked me one right there.
What an odd thing to say. I mean about the outside world, of course.
If you like, go ahead.
I hear the human cities are very large. Thousands upon thousands of souls, all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
Yeah, they're used to it, just as humans are.
Being accustomed to pain and suffering does not make it any less tragic. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Some of us do.
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept. Even if only some were in favor of what was done to us, the rest did nothing to stop it. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Tell me more about yourself.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. if I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to them?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was. The long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said the Dalish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
So, Zathrian's actually kind of a badass. And what can you tell me about him?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan, and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I should be going.
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
Collect some codexes here.
I'm Darren Atishan, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I don't mind, I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Why?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Now, why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger. It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Delilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Delilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Delilah is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I will seek her out.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Okay, meanwhile, I'm gonna take stuff from your crates. And there is a lot of elf root to gather around here. Aside from the stuff you can buy at the merchant.
Think of it, Zevran. You may have stumbled into a most delightful possibility for your future.
Oh, are you dispensing professional advice now?
It simply occurs to me that if, say, Alistair were to become King of Ferelden, he may have need of someone of your talents.
From what I know of the fellow, it seems there would be a fair difference between what he needed and what he cared to make use of.
If Alistair becomes king, it would certainly not be through any brilliance on his part. Whoever puts him there, now there's the one who will need you.
Now that's an interesting thought. You've such a devious mind, my dear. Why have we not made love as of yet?
For what purpose? I would sooner stab you in the face than let you touch me, elf.
Somehow that makes the idea even more intriguing.
It's because Morrigan is devoted to one and one only at this point. That or she is just not much of a people person, and we can assume that the latter is probably more true than the former. I don't care for Deathroot. Elf woman. You're in a very random spot, my dear.
Anathara, Grey Warden.
Alright, and you're just a nobody. Speaking of which...
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Ferrothorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
Elves and their wood shaping. It's unnatural. Why use wood when you got perfectly good metal and stone?
Spoken like a true child of the stone, my friend.
Who you call a child, old man?
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Ferrothorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
I would like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Okay. Who you calling a child, old man? These, that. Get rid of these. Except for Rocky Bullwinkle. We keep Rocky Bullwinkle. Okay, I'll take all 12 of those. All 24 of those. And all 22 of those. Take that and that. Ooh, backpack, finally. And now for your ingredients. Elf root. Alright, that should be enough for a while. I'll take all 24 of those. Alright, now to level these clowns up. That. Alright. This might take a bit. Alright, so what does that bring our health pulses to? Ah, much better numbers. Alright, that takes care of any and all health problems we were having before. Landmark tent. See what I remember otherwise. Oh yeah, that's for what's his face? Our dog.
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
If I'm lucky, maybe I can find them.
An outsider to the rescue, but of course. What were we doing trying to solve our own problems?
No idea. I'm just trying to help your people.
Nothing will help us now. Least of all, the meddling of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Cyril. Would you refuse our hunter's help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us.
It is even more difficult when you live amongst them, trust me.
Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Sure. Maybe he has
Come
something
and join
useful to
us,
tell me.
all of you. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell. We were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales?
Something you think was unfair, no doubt.
But you do not. You must know a great deal more than we. What do you say, child? Can you tell us what happened to the Dales?
The Shemlin wouldn't let us be.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us. A great crusade.
Not every human felt that way, I'm sure.
And which is worse? The actions of those who believed they were right, or the inaction of those who knew they were wrong? Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
Then we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost lore.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenan, and never again shall we submit. And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
Sounded more like a sermon, yet, to be fair. Perhaps you'll allow me to tell a story as well.
Perhaps another time. You are the guest here, and one who may yet prove of great help to our ailing hunters. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
Sure.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.